General Motors, led by Mary Barra, has a lofty ambition to unseat the king of EVs in the next few years. While many people may think Barra is punching above her weight, GM has a secret weapon that shocks the entire auto industry: the new Ultium battery. What does this brand new battery offer? How is GM banking on it to rise in the ranks of EV makers? If you want to rule the world of EVs, your battery game must be strong. This is because there is a Goliath in the room that you must conquer: Tesla. Apart from being so good at designing EVs, the company is also known for breakthroughs in EV battery. However, Mary Barra has thrown down the challenge that General Motors would unseat Tesla at the top of the EV industry. Barra is banking on a company's new EV battery known as Ultium. However, a GM vying for the EV top spot is a very different GM from the one car owners used to know. Founded in 1908, GM sells millions of cars yearly, with most of them having internal combustion engines. Last year alone, the Detroit-based company produced 6.3 million vehicles. Its peak in recent times was in 2016 when it produced at more than 10 million cars. Interestingly, in its decades of existence, GM has controlled more than 40 brands, including Buick, the longest-lived brand Cadillac, Chevrolet, GMC, and many other brands have come and gone, and the old-timers here can remember Bedford, Oldsmobile, and many more. That is not to say GM never tried its hands at electric cars until recently, more than 25 years ago. Even before the world knew about Tesla, GM inaugurated the modern electric car Eevee. While the two-seater EV ended as a disaster and an embarrassing footnote in the company's history, knowledge from the Elon program has influenced nearly every startup and automaker's development of electric vehicles. The EV was a pioneer in many ways, but one of the things that doomed the Elon was the atrocious range, which was due to the lead-acid battery. The Elon came with 26 of them and weighed quite a lot, which forced GM to use aluminum and composites for the body. If you drove the car with intensity, you may get about 50 miles on a single charge. However, with GM planning to make lots of electric vehicles, it needed to find the winning formula for the EV battery, which it has just done with the Ultium battery. GM is committed to making 30 new global electric vehicles by 2025. To achieve this feat, the company has positioned itself to design, engineer, and produce EVs for every style and price point. To do so, it is rapidly building up its competitive advantage in batteries, software, vehicle integration, manufacturing, and customer experience. By 2025, GM will spend a whopping $35 billion, which is 75% more than the figure it announced before. The goal is to produce more than 1 million electric vehicles per year by 2025. These will include models like the Silverado EV truck, the Cadillac Lyriq, the Hummer EV brought back from the dead, electric vans under the Bright Drop brand, and many more. The secret source to all these EVs is the new Ultium battery, which GM has been working on for years and is just revealed. Why is the Ultium battery so special? The first selling point is the cost per kilowatt hour. GM was able to bring it down to about $100 per kilowatt hour at the battery pack level. Tesla has not been able to achieve this even with its new battery. This price point is crucial because the battery determines the price of an EV. A $100 per kilowatt hour EVs can start to be priced at about the same as a gas car. Interesting enough, the cost of the new Ultium battery is about 10 times less than the battery put in the vault in 2010 compared to more recent EVs. The Ultium battery pack costs about 40% less than those in the Chevrolet Bolt EV, and it gets better going forward because GM promises that second-generation Ultra packs will cost nearly 60% less than the batteries used today. GM also improved the cell design of the Ultium battery to increase the range. Tesla did something similar with its own 4680 battery. Instead of cylindrical cells used by Tesla, GM is using pouch-style cells. These cells are quite large, measuring 23 by 4 by 0.4 inches. These pair cells package energy more densely than cylinders can. They weigh about 3 pounds each and hold 0.37 kilowatt hours of energy. They can be arranged vertically or horizontally to suit space requirements and are typically bundled into 24-cell modules. The arrangement is such that the Ultium battery is easier to recycle and reuse. It also makes it easier for engineers to optimize the vehicle layout in terms of chemistry. The LTM battery uses nickel manganese cobalt aluminum to cut cobalt use by 70% relative to the Bolt EV, and the aluminum also strengthens the electrodes and helps prevent lithium spike formation during fast charging, which can cause problems by short-circuiting a battery. This means the battery has a longer useful life compared to other batteries. So you don't even have to worry about whether frequently charging with rapid DC charges would destroy your battery. There's another feature of the Altium design that allows it to use far less wiring in the battery pack. In fact, it uses 80% less wiring than the battery pack and the Bolt. This feature is wireless battery management. GM will be the first to monitor battery cells wirelessly using a Bluetooth-like 2.4 GHz. Elon Musk announced the first implantation of a Neuralink chip in the human brain. Honda unveiled a new humanoid robot. The police in America were allowed to use killer robots, and scientists proved the possibility of traveling through the universe with a wormhole. These and other high-tech news items for the week are discussed in today's episode. Let's get started. Elon Musk quietly held an event dedicated to the updates of the Neuralink project. According to him, the technology has more than successfully shown itself on animals and is already fully ready for testing on humans. As soon as the company receives the appropriate regulatory approval, the chip will be implanted into the first human volunteer. Last year, the company released a video showing a monkey playing ping pong on a computer in this way. Now, these test subjects have literally learned to talk by typing rehearsed phrases on the screen. For example, "Welcome to show." Tell. Another video shows monkeys being trained to charge devices while sitting under a wireless charger. Later in the presentation, the Neuralink researchers showed a pig on a treadmill, which they said helped them study how to solve mobility problems in humans. The Neuralink devices themselves are small, with several flexible strands that connect the device to the brain in about 15 minutes. 64 of these strands can be implanted in the brain using a robotic system that performs the operation as quickly and accurately as possible, taking into account the natural movement of the brain. Musk has promised to insert the chip himself at some point in the future, as well as ensure that the device itself can be easily updated. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want an iPhone 1 in your head if an iPhone 14 was available. Musk recently said San Francisco police have the green light to use remotely controlled robots to kill suspects. The city's Board of Supervisors approved a controversial policy that allows police robots to be used as lethal force options when the risk of death to members of the public or officers is imminent and outweighs any other available force option. The department's robots can now be equipped with explosives to engage, incapacitate, or disorient an armed or dangerous suspect in extreme circumstances to save or prevent further loss of innocent life. The department currently owns 17 robots, 12 of which are operational. The machines can be roughly divided into two categories: large and medium-sized tracked robots used for remote exploration or explosive detonation, such as the Romotech F6 and Kindtech Talon, and smaller robots designed to be dropped into target areas for reconnaissance and surveillance, such as the First Look and Recon Robotics robot. All robots are designed primarily for human control and have limited autonomous functionality. Police departments in the U.S. have already used remote control robots to kill suspects. The first incident is believed to have occurred in 2016 when Dallas police used a bomb disarming robot to kill a sniper who shot and killed 5 officers at a rally. At the time, some praised the action for quickly ending the hours-long standoff, while other citizens criticized it for actually allowing police to execute a suspect without exhausting all other possible options. Alternatives to proponents of the use of killer robots emphasize that it keeps ordinary citizens and police officers alive while avoiding bias such as skin color. Opponents argue that the practice is unacceptable because it involves targeted killing without trial. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Foreign Honda, which recently shut down its Azimo project, has unveiled its new development, the Avatar robot, which is a machine that's supposed to help people improve the quality of their daily lives and expand their potential. According to the company's website, Honda wants to create a society in which everyone, no matter how far away they are, can do whatever they want without having to be on the spot in person. The robot is equipped with humanoid arms and 5-fingered grips that people can intuitively control to use tools designed for humans. With a headset and haptic gloves, the robot operator can see, hear, and feel the objects the robot interacts with. This can allow the technician to perform operations, repair equipment, provide first aid, or work in disaster areas, including life-threatening areas, without the need for a physical presence. A demo version of the technology is due to be presented by the company in fiscal year 2023. The Tesla Roadster might have brought the company into the limelight and got people's attention. However, the car that literally made Tesla the Tesla it is today is the Model 3. It has become the best-selling electric car of all time. However, Tesla continues to update the model. Tesla is bringing out the 2022 model, and the whole car industry is not ready for what is coming. What has Tesla added to the new 2022 model? How is the latest model better? In this video we bring you the all-new Tesla Model 3, which shocks the entire car industry. The Tesla Model 3 might be one of the most important cars ever built. It represents an extraordinary accomplishment in the company's plan to bring electric vehicles to the masses. Tesla's previous models were exceptional vehicles, but too expensive for most people to seriously consider buying one to replace their internal combustion engine car. The Model 3, on the other hand, debuted at a far more affordable $35,000, and the company promised to make 500,000 of them a year. Now promise it turns out almost bankrupted the company, according to Tesla CEO Elon Musk. While the Model S, Model X were very nice vehicles, it was the Model 3 that transformed Tesla from a high-profile niche automaker to the most valuable car company today, worth more than General Motors, Ford, and Toyota combined. Getting there was by no means easy. The company had significant issues ranging from suppliers, the disappointed royalty, the problems with the company's massive and expensive automated assembly line, to a massive recall, to difficulty delivering vehicles, the latter of which led to a $700 million loss in the first quarter of 2019. However, the Model 3 ended up turning the company around. Tesla was probably saved by the company's 500,000 pre-orders when it launched the Model 3. Those with $1,000 deposits came in pretty handy when the company needed it most, with $500 million to play with. Tesla subsequently reported its third straight profitable quarter. As it worked through its production problems, the company started to reach its goals, and the Model 3 was a large part of the reason why. The Model 3 nearly sank the company, but also ended up saving it. The Model 3 remains Tesla's cheapest car. The electric sedan was officially announced in 2016 and debuted on the automaker's third-generation platform, now present on both the Model 3 and Model Y. After receiving over 130 reservations in the first 24 hours, the Model 3 began delivering to consumers in July 2017. Since then, it has outsold the rest of the market in terms of sales, and the Model 3 has been sold in 3 distinct trims: a single-motor rear-wheel drive powertrain in the standard range plus, and dual-motor all-wheel drive trims in the long-range and performance versions, along with a refresh in 2021. These 3 variations increase in price, respectively, and the prices can go up as you add more optional features. The cheapest and most bare bones of Tesla's is the standard Model 3 sedan. The single-motor rear-wheel drive comes with the smallest battery. Tesla also has the dual-motor all-wheel drive long-range Model 3 with a larger battery pack, and hence more driving range. The top trim is the Model 3 Performance, also dual motor and all-wheel drive. However, no matter what trim you choose, the Model 3 comes with seating for up to 5. Unlike the Model X and Model Y, the electric sedan offers 23 cubic feet of cargo space. Tesla has been producing the Model 3 at the Fremont factory in California and in Shanghai, China. The made-in-China Model 3 is exported to Europe, although that is poised to change with the new Giga Berlin officially coming online a few weeks ago. The Model 3 is a bestseller worldwide, but not only consumers have noticed the car's practical benefits. For example, law enforcement has been eyeing the car to add it to their fleet, one of such as the Ling Creek Police Department in the U.S. The police department added a Model 3 to its cars after adding all the ordinary police crews and necessities, including flashing red and blue lights, a radio, and a siren. The department agreed to go with the Model 3 after studying the cost of other vehicles, and even considering fixing up old police cruisers. Despite the success and accolades of the Model 3, Tesla continues to update the car, and the 2022 is the best yet. The Tesla Model 3 has an interior unlike any other car today. It is shockingly simple.